Hello, it's Daniel Vincent from the Leadership School here. I wanted to have a chat with you today about the circle of concern and circle of influence. This is something that really helped me personally focus on the things that I can actually change. We spend quite a lot of our lives chasing things that really concern us, but actually we have absolutely no influence over, and we are only ever going to waste our energy if we focus on the things that we can do very little or nothing about. Can be very frustrating and can lead to a lot of stress. It's one of those things, it's a theory, but actually it's really good to actually do this. So if I explain the theory first and then we'll have a look at a method for actually using it. Again, this is something that we can use personally. We can use it to sum up our whole lives, we can use it to sum up our work lives, or we can use it with our teams. So basically what we want to do, this circle of concern is everything that is concerning us, everything that's worrying us, everything that's on our minds, anything that we've got to do, everything we're thinking about. And it is everything. What we can do is then we have the circle of influence, and those are the things that we can actually do something about. So we will all have things that we worry about that we just can't change. Things like government policy and world issues that we are really, really worried about and do cause us genuine concern, but actually we're not going to be able to change. But we have a whole raft of things that we worry about that we need to do that we can actually change, and by focusing on those we actually feel like we're achieving something. You can spend a lot of time on those things that are outside of your influence. You never actually get anywhere, and it can be incredibly frustrating. Whereas when you use this method to have a look at what you're worried about, what your concerns are, what your workload is, and look at the things that you can actually change, it's just liberating. So what we can do as a sort of practical exercise, I find this works best with post-it notes, is get a really big piece of paper. So we're looking at sort of an A2 flip chart here, drawing a circle that goes, to the edges of the page, writing down all our concerns, all our worries, all of our jobs, all of our tasks, all of the big things, all of the little things, everything we can think of, and those things that you're really worried about. And there's no shame in admitting you're worried about things, will come to the forefront. They'll be there first, and as you keep on going, you'll get all the little things that are concerning you less, but actually they're probably the ones that you can do something about. So it's important that we spend maybe 10 or 15 minutes writing these post-it notes out. Stick them on your circle of concern. Round the outside is the best place for these ones to go, and then what we can do is draw a smaller circle inside the circle of concern, and that's called the circle of influence. And all you need to do now is take each post-it note and move it from the outside of the circle to the inside of the circle if it's something you can do something about. If it's something you can change, something you can make a new process and it's going to make a difference, or something that you can make a decision on, and no, you're not going to do that anymore, you're going to do it this way. All of those things, move them into the circle of influence, and then what you've got is your task list. So everything that's inside that circle you can do something about, you need to do it. Everything that's outside that circle, it's really important. We can't just sort of throw them away. You can't just get rid of them. They're things that you're concerned about, but you can acknowledge that there's very little you can do to influence them, and that they are there, you're aware of them. If there is anything that changes and you can make a difference, then great, but otherwise you're just going to leave them there, and you're going to concentrate on the things that you can actually change. Like I say, for me this really made a big difference to my life. I started focusing on the things I could change, the things I could make a difference on, rather than worrying about all the big things that are out there that can cause us a lot of stress. So thank you very much for listening this morning.